Now student, today we are going to discuss the domain of the inverse trigonometry function. You know in the plus 1 class what is a domain and what is a range. Domain is that region where the value of the function can be given. Now for the function sine inverse x or cosine inverse x, we can give the value from -1 to 1. -1 is included, 1 is also included. So it is a closed interval. For the tangent inverse x and cotangent inverse x, the domain of these two functions is a set of all real number. And domain of the secant inverse x or cosecant inverse x is all real number except the closed interval -1 to 1, or you can say open interval minus infinity to -1 union 1 to infinity. So on a number line, on a real number line, we define sine inverse x and cosine inverse x is defined between -1 and 1. Both are included. I dark the circle, 1 and -1 both are included. Whereas tangent inverse or cotangent inverse is defined all over the real number. And next, secant inverse x oblique cosecant inverse x is defined either from 1 to infinity. 1 is not included, infinity is not included, 1 to infinity, or it is defined between minus infinity to -1. It means the domain of these two functions, secant inverse and cosecant inverse, is minus infinity to -1 union 1 to infinity. Is it clear, beta? Now, after this we will discuss the properties. Now we have to discuss the properties of the inverse trigonometric function. The first property is whenever sine inverse of sine, then sine and sine inverse neutralize. Its value is theta. Perhaps theta belongs to the closed interval -π/2 to π/2. If theta is not belongs to this interval, then sine inverse cannot neutralize the sine. Sine inverse can neutralize sine theta only whenever theta belongs to this principal branch value of the inverse function. And secondly, cosine inverse of cosine theta is theta for all theta belong to the principal branch value of the cosine inverse x, that is from 0 to pi closed interval. The third one, tangent inverse of tangent theta is equal to theta for all theta belong to the principal branch value of the tangent inverse, which is a open interval -π/2 to π/2. The fourth one is cotangent inverse of cotangent theta is equal to theta for all theta belongs to the open interval from 0 to pi, that is principal branch value of the cotangent. And secant inverse of secant theta is equal to theta for all theta belongs to the closed interval from 0 to pi except the center value, that is in this case theta cannot be equal to π/2. Other values from 0 to infinity 0 to pi can be satisfied, and secant inverse will neutralize the secant. We are left with the theta. The next is cosecant inverse of cosecant theta is equal to theta for all theta belongs to the closed interval -π/2 to π/2 except the central value, that is theta is not equal to 0. This is the first property of the sine inverse trigonometry function. Now let us discuss the second property of a inverse trigonometry function. What is the second property? It is sine of a sine inverse x. Here sine will neutralize the sine inverse and we get x only if x belongs to the domain of the sine inverse function, that is x mod is less than equal to 1, or we can say that x belongs to the closed interval -1 to 1. And further, cosine of cosine inverse is equal to x, that is cosine and cosine inverse will neutralize whenever x belongs to the closed interval -1 to 1. And tangent of tangent inverse x is equal to x whenever x is any real number. And similarly, cotangent of cotangent inverse x is equal to x whenever x is any real number. In the next, secant of secant inverse x is equal to x whenever x mod is more than 1. That is, x belongs to the open interval minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity, or we can say that x belongs to the real number except the closed interval minus 1 to 1. Now similarly, cosecant of cosecant inverse x is equal to x whenever x mod is more than 1, that is, x belongs to the interval minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity, or we can say that x belongs to the real number except the close interval minus 1 to 1, and this is the property second. Let us discuss the third property. Here we have sine inverse of minus x is equal to minus sine inverse x. Now you can say that the negative sign taken outside. Similarly, tangent inverse of minus x is equal to minus tangent inverse x. Now in the first one, the x belongs to the interval minus 1 to 1, or you can say magnitude of x less than equal to 1. In case of tangent inverse of minus x, it is equal to minus tangent inverse x whenever x is any real number. And cosecant inverse of minus x is equal to minus outside cosecant inverse x whenever x mod is more than 1, that is, x belongs to the open interval minus infinity to minus union 1 to infinity, and this is of the first category in which the negative sign taken outside. In the second category, whenever there is a cosine inverse of negative x, cotangent inverse of negative x, and secant inverse of negative x, not only minus sign taken outside but along with the pi. Now cosine inverse of minus x is equal to pi minus cosine inverse x whenever x belongs to the close interval minus 1 to 1, or you can say x mod is less than equal to 1. And cotangent inverse of minus x is equal to pi minus cotangent inverse x whenever x is any real number. Secant inverse of minus x is equal to pi minus secant inverse of x whenever x mod is more than 1, or you can say that x belongs to the open interval minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity, and this is the property third of this inverse trigonometry functions. Now let us discuss the property 4. It is sine inverse of 1 by x is equal to cosecant inverse x. You know, in a plane trigonometry, the reciprocal of a sine is cosecant and reciprocal of 1 over x is x. So in this way we can remember it. Sine inverse of 1 by x is equal to cosecant inverse of x, and this property holds good whenever x belongs to the open interval minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity, that is its domain. Then the second one is cosine inverse of 1 by x is equal to secant inverse x. Now in a plane trigonometry, reciprocal of cosine is secant and reciprocal of 1 by x is x. So this is also applicable whenever x belongs to the open interval minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. The third one is a tangent inverse of 1 by x. It has the two values, either it is a cotangent inverse of x whenever x is a positive, or it is a minus pi plus cotangent inverse x whenever x is a negative real number. It is not at 0, it is not defined. Now in the fifth property, we called it identities of the inverse trigonometry function. The sine inverse x plus cosine inverse x is always equal to pi by 2 whenever x belongs to the close interval minus 1 to 1. That is, this close interval is a domain of the sine inverse and cosine inverse. The second one is tangent inverse x plus cotangent inverse x is equal to pi by 2 for all the x belong to the real number, and secant inverse x plus cosecant inverse x is equal to pi by 2 for all x belongs to the open interval minus pi to minus 1, minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. Now these are the 5 properties we have discussed for the inverse trigonometry functions.